You know, there are many e-bike conversion systems in the market. They can work in some ways, but some of them are less portable or reliable. Here we have this CYPLORE E-Bike Conversion System, which claims to be the lightest one of its kind. And as far as I can see, it also integrates with the bike pretty well. So if you're still keeping your favorite bike in their collection, but you also want to save some energy riding it, watch this video and you will know if it is worth it. So there are two variants for you to choose from. If you have experience in modifying a bike, you can choose the one without the wheel. For me, I don't have experience in that, so I just get the easier one. When you get the easier one, you can just put them on the bike, secure the shaft and the bolts, then put the battery on the frame and secure it also. Connect the motor and the battery. Lastly, put the controller on the top. I've noticed the two advantages right away. First, it is a rear drive, so it feels more natural having the power delivery from the back, and it does not slip easily like a front drive. Second, the torque sensor for the pedal assistance is built into the motor unit. Before this one, the sensor is usually beside the pedals. They can be broken easy or lost, so this is a better engineering. I also want to give some credit to the design here. Everything is minimalist and lightweight. The whole system claims to be only 1.7 kg, that is about 3.75 pounds. And once the battery is secured on the frame, it does not wobble or get loose. The motor unit is also seamlessly integrated into the bike, so you won't feel the difference. Overall, it feels like a natural extension of the bike itself. No bulky adds-on, no awkward protrusions. Weight distribution stays perfectly balanced. If you have watched some of the other reviews, you know how it works. When you don't need to have a pedal assist, you can turn it off. You ride however you do it. There are 4 modes and you can change the mode using the remote. The smooth mode is for flat roads, or if you want to maximize endurance. In this mode, the motor will give you minimal pedal assist and the power rises gradually. I think this mode can really help you when you try to do a long range ride, as it does not take you from hitting your cardio target. There's also the agile mode. This is for climbing the hills or riding against a strong wind. The power delivery is instant. It is necessary to have it this way, as you can have immediate assistance while going up. I do think this mode is very intuitive and I can feel the power without any lag. It is also in this mode that I found that although the remote can be put on the battery or the handlebars, I think it is better to have it on the handlebars, because if you live in a city with mostly flat roads, when you suddenly meet a slope, it is faster to change modes when you have the remote on the handlebars, right? If you still need to change the mode frequently, now switching to auto mode is the better choice. As the name suggests, in this mode, the device adapts to the terrain and the pedaling automatically. You don't need to manually adjust the mode. I do feel this mode is most suitable for unpredictable road conditions. If you're in a new place or you are not at your best that day, this mode can help with your ride better. Lastly, there's the training mode. I suppose it is for hitting a certain cardio target or some preset training. I'm not a cyclist, so I can't really show you how it works. You can watch the content from Cyplor for more info. And as the clutch would disengage with the motor when the assist is off, so whenever mode you are riding in, there's a zero drag. The ride is always very smooth. Now let's talk about some of the standout features. First, I want to talk about the battery. It is rated at 111 watt hours and it can support about 50 kilometers maximum range. It is an IP65 water resistance, which means it can withstand rain or dust. There aren't any smaller or bigger capacity versions. I know some people like to fly to some places to do a biking trip. Unfortunately, the battery cannot be taken on the plane. And for security reasons, you can still take it out of the case and charge it inside the house. The charging time is about 1 hour, which is pretty fast. One thing I'm still concerned about this part though, there are pins opening to sunshine or rain. If you're in a UK or places that constantly meet harsh weather, you may also want to cover this part with sun protection. Now the motor is rated at the 250 watts. The torque it provides is up to 23 Newton meters. These specs make it completely street legal in almost every country. While for the US market, the max output is still just the same as the law says. This is kind of the best deal it can make for everyone. You don't need to worry about anything. The motor kit is also well constructed and compatible with the most road and gravel bikes with a through axle. The overall setup can provide the best support while keep your riding experience consistent. And if you want the step-by-step guide about how to assemble it on your bike, there are videos from them which are very helpful. The device also supports ANT. It can also sync all the data to your device and then to your Strava through the CYPLORE app. Okay, this is the quick review of the CYPLORE E-Bike Conversion Kit. I would say, although it is not offering a completely new approach to this area, but rather refining a lot of the details to make the user experience much better. Namely, the motor unit is better integrated with your bike, powers are enough, experience is smooth. The battery is light, also packs enough juice for a long ride. I think it has the potential to electrify your favorite bike as well. So if you're interested in it, you can head to the Kickstarter page to get yours now. This is Wei from Gizmochina. See you next time.